The Salvation Army is a Christian-based organization whose goal is to serve God and to serve men. Since 1885, the Salvation Army has been making a positive influence in the Chicago area. They have done this through a daily effort to support the community through a variety of programs. Sam Arias is a Salvation Army soldier. His parents are officers at the community church, which is also close to his home in a Chicago area suburb. The church, also known as the Corps, is where he and his family work in a variety of ways. Not only does the Corps offer food pantry to those in need, but also programs like the ESL, GED in Spanish, family counseling, and the Angel Tree program in December. Even though it has only been 5 years since his first encounter with the Salvation Army and 1 year of becoming a soldier, he loves being in the organization with so much history. The Salvation Army was formed in 1865 by the founder William Booth. 20 years later, the Salvation Army came to Chicago. The Salvation Army was introduced into the Windy City by Captains Mr. and Miss William Evans, who were accompanied by Captain Edwin Gay. The first Salvation Army meeting took place in Bush's Hall, where 60 people attended. This chart shows the activities that the Salvation Army did once they started out in the Windy City. You can also see that over the first 30 years, more enterprises were formed to fit the needs of the people. Over time, the Army found more locations for churches in the Chicago area, having different corps for different parts of the cities. That way, they would be able to reach out to more people in a physical and spiritual way. In addition to corps, the Salvation Army also had various social agency locations. The Army would have a variety of ways to reach out, ranging from soup kitchens to help the weary to kids' camps so they could have a fun time in a Christian setting. They would even have shows and banquets. As part of their religious beliefs, the Army has a strong belief against the consumption of alcohol and drugs. Many of the people that were helped and converted had problems like alcoholism. Their boldness made their presence known throughout the neighborhoods. There were people who were opposed to the Army because of this, and they grew bitter towards the organization. Since the beginning, people didn't like the Salvation Army. They protested in their own way, but the Army still grew, gaining soldiers and supporters. They had the trust of the people to help the community and assist them in the years to come.
My role in the Salvation Army is as a Salvation Army officer, and that means I'm an ordained minister in the Salvation Army. At the present time, my appointment is the Director of the Historical Museum of the Salvation Army, located at our territorial headquarters in Des Plaines. The impact of the Salvation Army in Chicago is great because we are on the cutting edge of changes in the city. Social welfare that happens. We are the one of the main organizations that gives the welfare. We have emergency lodges, we have adult rehabilitation centers, we have financial assistance and food assistance for people who need that. We have counseling. We have a corrections department, which we call the Freedom Center. All of those things, plus all of our Salvation Army locations all over the city. Some of them have recreation programs. Some of them have extensive music programs. But they're making an impact all over the city.
My name is Jay Davis. I'm with the Salvation Army here in Des Plaines, Illinois. I'm the administrator and the captain of the Salvation Army here. Our Angel program runs in November and December. It's a program where people donate toys in various locations throughout the Chicago and the suburb area. Those toys are then collected and given out to families. Our current location helped over 1,000 kids with toys during 2006 Christmas program, and it greatly helps in helping other families have a better Christmas than they would have otherwise. Salvation Armies throughout the Chicago area do this type of program. There are around 30 Salvation Armies that do this kind of program in the Chicago metropolitan area. Along with that is a special angel tree program to corrections, where Salvation Army people go to prisoners and inmates, collect information and data about their children, and then provide toys for those families as well so that they can have a good Christmas. These are the type of activities that go on through the Angel Tree program that help others and help families that want to have a better Christmas than they normally would have.
The Salvation Army has been working in the city of Chicago since 1885. Some people always doubted the ideology behind serving men while trying to teach and spread God's love. The thought, however, inspired a Chronicle reporter in 1904 to say, "Love is the watchword of the Salvation Army. They have no hate in their hearts for anybody, but always love. You cannot talk with one of them for 2 minutes and fail to find that out. If no word were spoken that would lead you to the belief, their radiant faces are enough."
setting, 'cause I'm not who I used to be. No longer easy on the eyes, but these wrinkles masterfully disguise the youthful boy below, who turned your way and saw something he was not looking for, both the beginning and an end. But now he lives inside someone he does not recognize when he catches his reflection on